What if we're from the land of infinite possibilities? When we're landing in LAX or SFO, we don't even believe in the urban blight. We see the future ghosts of sleek white electric monorails consuming and condensing the 405's 8, 10, 12 lanes of red and white gridlock into two sleek snakes silently gliding us home after a good day's work. When we're escaping LA for the burbs, we see the stucco houses crumble down, the earth rises up into dome homes, whole streets slim into tree-lined bike paths and community orchards where children are safe to play again. Walmart shelves are emptied. All the pointless stuff evaporates back through the factories into the mines it came from, and the floors are cleared. They turn into roller rinks and maker spaces overnight, and our craftspeople are busy building us beautiful things that last a lifetime again. Our gas and service stations dissipate into bike shops and tea room rest stops where we meet new friends. We tear down our backyard fences and rebuild them into raised bed gardens, backyard forts, and chicken coops. The power lines unravel from our skies. We don't need to watch shit on TV anymore. We'd rather get to know each other. Old men in funny shorts still get to play golf, only now the sand traps are compost piles and they really do care if they hit a foul ball. And darn it if the grass isn't green all year long. We'd rather the children in our cities have fresh water to drink. We welcome our soldiers home. Instead of sending our nation's future overseas to tear other countries down, they are back home standing shoulder to shoulder with their brothers and sisters, moms and dads. They're the ones leading the charge to retrofit our cities with clean energy and replant our cities with food forests. So now no child in America ever goes hungry again, because there's food growing everywhere. We don't even have to go to the grocery store. Fuck Walmart. Just walk down the street with your basket. It's fresh picked every day. There's so much food growing, our farmers get to give their soil a rest. So nitrogen and pesticides stop spilling through our waterways into the faucets of our homes, making our families lethargic and depressed. And the fish come back to our rivers, and we tear down our dams so that the beavers can build their own natural ones. And the trout and the salmon are leaping in the air to spawn back home, and we feel okay about eating sashimi again. The drug war is over. Everything is legal to do, but illegal to profit from, especially pharmaceuticals. Now our doctors aren't incentivized for over-medicating our children. They only get paid when we're healthy, not sick, because whoever thought that an entire industry that makes more and more money the sicker and sicker it keeps us was a smart idea. Now, our hospitals unfurl into vitality centers where each of us has nutritionists and coaches and trainers making us feel better than we've ever felt before. Medicare costs crumble. National productivity and happiness skyrockets. Inner city crime vaporizes. Without profits and illegal drugs, the gang lords and drug cartels have no reason to gangsterize our nation's inner city youth. So our prisons are emptied. They turn into mushroom farms. All those damp cells, perfect for chanterelles and enoki and portobello. The incarcerated go to college. It's cheaper than jail, and now they get to become doctors and entrepreneurs and inventors rather than being criminalized. We'll have Anthony Robbins and Anthony Hopkins figure out a solution for the violent ones. At first, everybody complains. The prison guards and the gas station workers go, what about us? What about our jobs? You know, the ones we bitch and moan about and fucking hate. But the ones that the minute we're afraid we might lose them, we're up in arms and ready to burn any new innovation or way of life to the ground just to stay stuck in them. We didn't know that for every one job in the extraction economy, there's 2 to 3 jobs in the regenerative economy. Instead of blood, it's soil. Instead of oil, it's hydrogen. Instead of smog in our lungs, it's fresh air from 1,000 trees shading our cities. Instead of ass sore, vein pumping AM radio, Rush Limbaugh road rage for 2 hours after working under a stressed out manager, frantically maintaining a life we're desperate to escape from. It's our hands full of soil, nose full of evening dew, platters of amazing food with our friends and families after work, because that's the choice we're making every day. We pull our decaying elders out of rest homes. The haze clears from their eyes and the smiles come back from their crinkly faces when they see their grandchildren do really need them. They are valued. They are not obsolete. Whoever convinced us to squander our inheritance, sequestering our experienced elders into rest homes just to pay inexperienced strangers to do our childcare for us swallows really hard. Goes and plans their own family reunion. Our children are freed. No more BS tests, ADD, soda pop bullying, and mass shootings. They get out from under their desks, cramped like sardines, being forced to fill in bubbles under the eye of a stop clock. They go to the most interesting person in town and say, "I'm here to help. Teach me something useful." We don't have to wait until we're 22 or 32 or 52 to do something that matters to us. We're doing it now and learning how to be functional human beings in the process, because whoever multiple choice themselves out of a flat tire or a broken heart or global warming, every child who ever wanted to be a stand-up comedian or a inventor or a marine biologist is. All those islands of plastic floating in the Pacific are harnessed for fuel for eco-boat ocean tours, and the dolphins and the whales are doing backflips in front of rainbows. Sure. There's a few people making over $10,000 an hour CEOing companies, trying to convince us to buy stuff that we don't really need. And they're gonna be pretty freaked out about this. They'll buy all kinds of ad campaigns and news coverage and senators to try to convince us that community gardens are a public health and safety hazard, that spending billions bombing and droning terrorists over 10,000 miles away is more important to our national security than Nestle privatizing our water and the extinction of the honeybee. But now, we're growing our own food and we're protecting our waters. So we don't jump into the fear. We don't react immediately. We let them know there's always a place for them at our table. And we keep going. The countries of the world don't even know what to do with all the resources we have now, that we aren't busy having to spend it defending ourselves from other people taking our stuff, or spending it trying to take other people's stuff. Now, our countries are going, go back to school, master and excel at what you want. They want to point and say, SeaWorld, we give you this. Lindsey Sterling and Elon Musk and that American Idol chick. We give you self-driving automobiles and fresh guacamole. Gosh, soon, everything's going so well, we get bored. Without all the terrorists and swine flu, mass migration, border walls, anthrax, Ebola, AIDS, we need something exciting. Then some geek goes, let's build a space elevator? You say space elevator? All of a sudden 10,000 engineers, scientists, and builders go, heck yeah, everybody's gonna get to see the Earth from space and fly! It's not hard. It's self-organizing. And then India and China go, well, shoot. The US is building a space elevator? Well, what about us? We gotta do something cool too. Who wants to regrow the Arctic ice sheet, save the polar bears from extinction, regreen Venus? There is an arms race. It's who can come up with the coolest ideas to get the most people to raise their hands and say, I'm in, let's get going. We really are ready for something big and epic and wonderful, and beyond that, yes, we want to sit around with our friends and family and drink a beer and just enjoy being human.
And it's all just waiting for us. It's like the water waiting behind that dam, or a garden waiting underneath our feet beneath the asphalt. And it doesn't have to take a war or an apocalypse or some Messiah.
What if we're actually from the land of infinite possibilities?
And it's right here, right under our feet, waiting for us to say, I'm in, let's get going.
And all it takes is us believing in that for long enough to work together to let it happen.